Y'all, girl, come here. Who are you and where's your mama?
At the house.
She at the house. You need me to go into the house.
Hey, wow.
You know people be snatching kids.
No.
Yes, yes, the heck they do. And you just walking up to me, girl. You scared the daylights out of me.
No, my friend.
Huh?
My friend.
Where's mommy?
At the house.
Let's go find mommy. Yeah.
What do you do if you get lost?
Find a big black guy.
You find a big black guy, and what do you tell him?
And that like us.
Oh, do I need to tell you there's a bunch of white people really upset about that video? Stitching it, duetting it in the comments. Oh, this is racist. Actually, if you want to be real about it, statistically, based on the data, any child would be safer approaching a strange black man than they would a strange white man. So let's look at some numbers. Convictions of possessing images of children. White people, 86%, while black make up only 4%. I'd say white people damn near cornered the market. Now, when you talk about assault of a child, the numbers are a little bit different, but white people still excel. 42% are white, 18% are black, but I feel these numbers might be skewed. For example, Hispanic make up 10% of the abuse. They also make up 10% of the possession of images, so those seem to be pretty close to each other, while these other numbers are way off. Now factor in that black people are 7 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of a serious crime, including that kind of assault, than white people are. Then think about all of the priests at the Catholic Church hid and protected and moved around. All of the pastors that we've recently found out the Southern Baptists were protecting. Think about all of the well-respected white teachers and coaches and scout leaders over the years where people just didn't believe the children, didn't believe that that good man was capable of that. And it's not hard to imagine that these numbers should probably be closer to those. And as long as we're talking fun facts, let's look at this one. They looked at SA convictions from 2006 to 2017, and you know what they found? There was a 1,330.47% increase in sentences of black individuals and a 8.6 decrease in sentences for white individuals. So white people, far more likely to do it, also more likely to receive a lenient sentence for it. So while I'm real sorry if that first video triggered you, statistically speaking, that mom is right. And maybe you should teach your children.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cherry React. Wait, you're telling me these kids are being sent to look for black women because they're seen as the safest. Across social media, videos are going viral showing white kids being told by their parents to go to black women when they need help, comfort, or care. But this raises a big question. Is this appreciation or is it something deeper? So let's talk about it.
If you're ever in trouble, look for a black woman. Well, black women said they don't want to be the savior no more, according to the comments. You know what I'm saying? They're tired, they fed up. They tired of not being valued, they tired of not being cherished. They tired of it all, so, some change that gotta happen at this point. You know what I'm saying? And they said the best apology for them is change behavior. So, until you do that, they just gonna feel some type of way towards it. They're not gonna trust it. You know what I mean? As black men, a lot of black men get in the comment section saying, speak for yourself. I don't owe black women this, I don't owe black women that. And y'all part of the problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you that you in your life, you treat black women bad, but you can't knock the fact that black women have been treated bad, not only due to us, but society as well. And a lot of us have been forced out the home, so that forced black women to do things that they might not have wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't ignore that. That's a fact at the end of the day. Black women don't deserve that. They deserve apologies, they deserve growth, and they deserve help. So it's gotta be like that. Gotta keep it real, man, all the way around the field. That's what we do on this.
Twitter says, quote, white parents are publicly stating that they specifically instruct their children to seek out a black man or black woman because a high percentage of white people are child molesters. The white children must be safer with a black stranger. Couldn't be further from the truth. White parents have not instructed any such thing. In fact, they've instructed the opposite.
And they're white strangers, there's some danger. If they're black strangers, there is 30 times more danger.
Black families have the highest rates of child abuse, child neglect, single-parent households, and yes, even child sexual abuse, overrepresented 1.5 to 2 times compared to their share of the population, while white people are 1 to 1 their share of the population, or underrepresented by 10%, depending on what data.
So I was yesterday years old when I found out that people of other races tell their kids, if you get lost, find a black woman. And wow. I'm not gonna lie, my mama said if I get lost, tell people your name and your mommy's number. But I guess them telling that is me finding a black woman who happens to be my mama, so that makes sense. White people, Asian people, Latina people, if you see this video, let me know. Is that true? Is that something your mamas tell y'all? I understand because black women are literally mother and mother. But it's like, at the same time, why do black women... Why are black women so unprotected and so slept on? And why are they so constantly disrespected and credit not given? If you telling your kids, if you get lost, find one. Bitch, you find them too. I don't know. I just feel like it's giving mammy. It is giving mammy. The more I think about it, it's giving mammy. And please be gracious with me if this is something that you always knew. I'm just now discovering this. So all these thoughts are running through my head. But it's definitely giving like, oh, find you a black woman. She'll definitely bring my child back to safety and nurture them, even though it's not their responsibility. And even though they expect it to be superwoman and get none of the credits of being superwoman, still find one. I don't know. It's not giving complimentary the more I think about it. Now, I will say, like, when my phone got stolen last year, the only police officer who truly cared to go the extra mile to do their job was a black woman the night of that incident. Like, she was like, all right, we finna go back. We finna search on the ground. I had literally asked the officer, like, can we go back? Can we search where my phone was stolen? Can we search for it? The officer, who was a white man, was like, no, we cannot. But I went back to the station, and there was another officer at the front. She went with me, and she looked too. So I don't know. Oh, this is some new shit.
My mother told me and my sibling, when we were young kids, I remember it was when my older brother started secondary school. It was a big deal, my older brother going off to the big boy school. And my mum sat us down. She said, if you're ever in trouble out there in the real world, look for a black woman. My mum said this. My mum was raised in this country from the age of 6, the UK. She said, look for a black woman. She said, anywhere in the world, a black woman will help you. She was never wrong. She was never wrong. But like, it's incredible that my mother said that. And I don't know what my mum went through. But I remember seeing photos of my mum in school when she was in high school and stuff. And like, she had loads of black friends and stuff. And they were all black women. So she obviously felt some protection. And growing up for me, I noticed in my school, it was a very predominantly white school. The black teachers looked out for me. I had a black Jamaican teacher called Mrs. Forrester. She looked out for me. But even outside of school, when I started growing out my hair, it was a black woman that taught me how to look after my curls, what products to use. I am trying to make a point here, and it's that black women get treated the worst, by the medical field, by the education field, by the police, by everything. Yeah, they're the ones that give the most love. We don't give credit where credit is due. We really don't. And thank you to especially thank you to the Jamaican community, because there was this Jamaican woman who helped my grandmother. And that's a different story. And just black women in general, thank you for everything you've done for me, for everything you've done for my family, and for everything you've done for our people. My people wouldn't have survived in the UK if it weren't for black people standing up for us, come to the protest for us, protesting with the bus rallies for us. Yeah, I know my history. So thank you.
So look at this moment. The child goes straight to her. No hesitation. That level of trust didn't come from nowhere. You can tell this is something they have been taught at home. On one side, this shows something powerful. Black women are often seen as protective and dependable. And historically, that image didn't just appear. It comes from generations of caregiving roles, whether in families, communities, or even working environment. But here's where this conversation gets complicated. When kids are specifically told to go to black women for care, it can also feel like stereotype, like being seen only as the caretaker, not as an individual, but as a role. For some black women, this might feel like appreciation, but for others it can feel like pressure or expectation, because kindness should be a choice, not something people automatically expect from you. And for the kids, they are innocent in all of this. They are just following what you have been taught. So again, it comes from like back to the message being passed down.
I'm sitting in this car trying to gather myself because the wildest shit just happened to me, and I'm at a loss. So I was just walking. I was going for a jog at the park, and then I started just walking my last couple laps. This little boy runs up to me, and he's like, I can't find my mom. I'm lost. I can't find my mom. And first, like, I'm like throwing the fuck off, because what do you mean? Like, this little white boy, he had to be like 7, 8. He's panicked, can't find my mom. Please help me find my mom. And I'm like, okay. So we're like backtracking. I'm like, who else were you here with other than your mom? Like, what's your name? What's your mom's name? I was like, where was the last place that you saw your mom at before you got lost? He's telling me all this stuff. So we go back to that location. We're like walking around, and I happened to notice there was a bathroom near that location. So like, I walk inside the bathroom with him. I'm like, call your mom. He's like, mom. I'm like, what is your mom's name? And he told me her name. So I'm like, I'm yelling her name, and she's like, yes. She's like, comes out of the bathroom with the little her other kid who's younger, and she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, is this your son? And she's like, I'm like, what's his name? And she tells me, I'm like, is this your mom? And he was like, I'm like, cool. So I explained to her, like, your son thought that he was lost, This little boy, y'all, this little boy stops, looks at his mom, and says, Mom, you were right. You told me that if I got lost to look for a black lady or a black family. You were right. Excuse me? I was like, what? She was like, my mom told me that if I was ever lost or if I was ever in trouble to look for a black lady or a family. I'm like, what? So I look at her, and she was like, yes, I've told my child since like he could formulate words or thoughts that if he's ever lost or in trouble to look for a black woman or a black family because he will be fine. And I'm like, that is insane. Me and this woman spent the next 20 minutes talking while her kids were playing, talking about the difference between a child asking a white person or a white family for help versus a black woman or a black family. I had never heard of this. She's like, yes, I think every white woman that I know has told their child this. She then proceeds to tell me, she's like, I don't know that black people don't harm children, but I know for a fact that white people harm kids and kidnap kids for fun. I have never, I was at a loss for words. I talk. Like, I didn't even have the words to formulate to explain to her how shocked I was at what she, because like, I know this to be true. There's never been a time in my black ass life where I have seen a black woman and not thought that like, in the least, she's going to look out. You know what I mean? Like, whether I know you or not, I know if some shit pop off, me and this black girl, we got each other. You know what I mean? I've never doubted that. I did not know that white people knew that. I had no idea that white people knew that black women, like, we're going to take care of. I don't give a fuck who that child belongs to. I don't care that if I've never seen a child, I don't give a fuck if that kid is Asian, white, don't care. I did not know that they knew this. That shit just, it broke my brain. It broke my brain. And I am so glad that I did what I was supposed to do for all of us. Hey, for all my sisters, I passed the fucking test. Because that little boy, I'm talking about, he ran up to me and held my hand. I'm lost. I can't find my mom. That white lady said, and here's the crazy part, I don't know if I told y'all this, she didn't even know that her son was lost. Like, she had gone to the bathroom. I told him I was going to the bathroom. He must have not heard her or whatever, but she was not panicked. Like, she was like, my kid was playing. First of all, why the fuck would you go to the bathroom with your one kid, leave your 7-year-old by himself at the park? Like, insane. Insane, but whatever.
I keep seeing people talk about the white child find a black woman thing, and this is like my take on it. A lot of us black women are taking it back to like when we were the mammy, like back to the mammy days and just keeping it there. But when I think of it past the mammy days, I also think about the fact that we are possibly the safest person that your fucking child could be with. Like, honestly, just the black woman being who she is. And all of us collectively as black women, majority of us can say we will help any child, no matter race, age, any of that. We would help any child in need. So I honestly think it's more so of a thing, like, they know their child would not be safe with a white man. They know their child would not be safe with another white woman. And they're not very sure about a black man. They say find black men too sometimes, but they know they'll be safe with us. But let me also say this. I completely and utterly understand our frustration with that shit, because that puts us in danger.
That Indian guy that got on here and said that his mother told him if he ever needs help in the world to go find a black woman. Listen, I don't want to be that one. Okay, because I know that he was being very sweet. It seems like he's a very genuine person, but he is not the first person that's not black. He's not the first person that I've heard say that, where if they need any help, they need emotional support, whatever the case may be, then go find a black woman. And listening to that, I just can't help but to feel like, are y'all using us? Like, are we the scapegoats? Are we pawns? Like, because truth be told, the only people that I have this much energy for after dealing with everything else that we deal with on a regular basis are my kids. I'm sorry, everybody else, you have to take a back seat. And I also feel like as black women, we have always been taught to figure it out. So when you come to me, don't come to me asking me for help, because I'm going to tell you to figure it out. Now, I'm not no heartless person, okay? Like, if you genuinely need help, like, I'll be like, all right, cool. But that's about it. After a few, no, go figure it out on your own. Like, if we have to do it, so do you. He's also not the first person. They say these things and then they go to say, well, like, it just makes me so upset that black women are the most disrespected people. And I just feel like if you know that, then don't you think it's a little bit selfish to expect for us to just, like, turn it off and help you out, and then have to turn it back on and deal with our own emotional baggage and deal with everyday life? You don't think that's kind of selfish? And on top of that, look at the history of the black woman in this country. We have always been the help. People have always came to us to help them with their kids, to help them with their house. And nowadays, in this day and age, I'm so glad that more of us as black women are starting to say no. No. Like, I love that for us. And I think that we should continue to say no. Like, give help where help is needed, but no. That's it. Full sentence. Final answer. But like I said, he seems like a sweet person, so it's no attack on him. When I hear people that's not black say that, it just makes me feel a way, because you can figure it out, okay? We're all human, right? We're all flawed. Don't expect for us to always be there for you when you need help. Go figure it out. Anyways, if y'all have seen that video, let me know what y'all think. And please do not, I don't want to be that one that's like taking it to the next level, but that's just how I feel. So
guys, what do you think about this? Is it respect and trust, or is it a stereotype that we don't talk about enough? Because sometimes even something that looks positive on the surface can have a deeper meaning. I want to hear from you guys. Drop your thoughts in the comment. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and join the family. This is Cherry React. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.